Hi everyone, this is Rajendran here joining from Bangalore, and welcome everyone to our webinar on live interactive charting analysis. And in today's session we'll be handling how to handle the interactive charts, and moreover it's not about how to trade in this market, it's how to use the trading analysis tools like interactive charts very effectively, right? And myself, Rajendran, I'm joining from Bangalore, and I'm the founder of Marketcalls.in. I started this blog. I'm just running this blog since 2007, September onwards, and it's almost an 9.5 years old blog. And the core focus is here on technical analysis, markets, trading analysis tools, and softwares, right? And let's get into the tools. I don't have any PPT as such for today, so it's more of an live interactive tools. And to access the tools, you can get into marketcalls.in/charts, right? So currently we are providing access to all the NSE F&O symbols, and which updates in real time, right? So it updates in real time, and we are using the trading view package. So we're using the trading view package with our own data from the NSE.x, and this is quite interactive as well. Interactive in the sense you can scroll your charts back and forth. You can zoom, you can pinch and zoom. You can see the plus and minus buttons here, right? So you can zoom, compress the data, and you can see that the backfill is getting filled automatically, right? So again, you can do a lot of studies on top of it, and you can access symbols. Let's say you can access, you have access to all the 30,000 plus symbols in whichever is trading in the NSE exchange. Let's say you want to access, let's say, INFI charts. Let me put INFI charts here. INFI, the symbol format is here. Instantly you can see from the symbol window, you can see that instantly all the list of symbols are coming in. So let's say 16. Let's say I want to open a June future contract. Okay, so I can get access to the June future contract, and I can select it, and you can see immediately the INFI charts are coming there in your screen. Right. We also have an customized time frame here, so you can select the time frame, whatever the time frame you want. So we have some regular time frame setups here, which are routinely used by a lot of traders: 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and a lot of other time frames. Like let's say I want to get into hourly charts, right? So you can see the hourly charts is getting loaded instantly, and there are also ways you can get into a lot of candlestick styles. Some people are comfortable using bars, and some people are comfortable in using candlesticks. And you can see the lines area, Heiken-Ashi candles. So some people are quite fascinated about using Heiken-Ashi candles. I mean, most of the traders, right? So some people believe that Heiken-Ashi could remove some of the noise in the trading system. So they used to prefer Heiken-Ashi based trading systems, right? And so candlesticks, lines. So lines again in an interesting way. And moreover, let's say I want to change the colors and settings of the candlesticks. I can click over there, and there is a setting option here, chart properties. Chart properties, I can say like I want a thick line. I can increase the intensity of the thickness of the lines, right? And or I can plot the line based upon either only the height of the lines, or only the high plus low divided by 2 of the lines. A lot of source you can make it up, right? So it's quite an way, but by default it's on the close side. And so the price line, okay, the color of the line, I can change the color of the lines. And the scales, scales are the one, I'll come to that later. So it will be useful when you're trying to compare multiple scripts, right? Anyways, I'll try to come back again. And whatever the data I'm providing here, it's whatever the data we are providing here, it's completely contract level data, means it is not continuous data. Continuous data in the sense it will be stitched whenever the one expiry, the symbol remains the same, whereas if the next after the expiry, the next expiry data will be added to the current expiry data, right? So whereas here it's completely continuous contracts, means if I am saying June contract, it is just only the June contract. If I am saying it's a July contract, if I am saying July contract, it is supposed to be only the July contract. We are not going to mix up any other contracts as well here. So let me switch back again to the candles. Let's say I'm just going to Infi 16. The 16 represents the year, and July represents the month. Sorry, let's say July and FUT. So July represents the month and FUT represents the future. So it's a standard symbol which is followed in your Nest trading terminal or in your Now trading terminal. So if you are using the trading terminal to place order, I guess you would be comfortable with these kinds of stuff, right? And so this is July future contract, so not much liquidity at this point of time. Let me switch back to, or let's say I want to get into Reliance contracts. Reliance, let's say Reliance is currently trading around 970.40, right? So I'll try to pick an option symbols. I'll tell you how to pick an option symbols. So Reliance 16, and followed by the month, it's June. And so let's say I want to go for a 980 call, right? So any 980 call or put. So let me select this 980 call. You can have access to this 980 call, and probably you can change the time frame. Let me switch back to 5 minutes. Right. So now you can have an fair access to those indicators. You can scroll back and forth, and you can see it. And during the live market hours, it updates. The candlestick will be updating every 5 minutes. Whenever it is updating, it is live, right? So the data is not as such delayed, but it updates every 5 minutes. So that is the frequency of data we subscribe to the exchange, and moreover, you will get access to all the. Let's say I want to access Nifty 16. Let's say I want to go for 8,200p. So June 8,200p. Right. This is 8,200p, and so instantly we get access to those data. And by default, in this interactive charts, NSE F&O interactive charts, the super trend indicator comes by default, right? So you can see here the super trend indicator is loaded. If you want to know what are the indicators are loaded, there is a small box here which says like show object re. I can click over there and I can see the settings here, right? So I'm just closing this. So there is a small icon here. It's an eye icon. So I can either hide the icon, hide the indicator, or I can display the indicator, and I can change the parameters here. I can change the parameters here. If you understand super trend, it's an ATR based trailing stop loss system, right? But here it is quite interactive. Let's say you want to use a different factor and a different ATR period, and you can control those periods, and even in fact you can control those thickness of the lines or the colors of the lines of whatever way which we are comfortable with that. So it's completely customizable, right? And the super trend indicator comes by default because somehow people are fascinated about super trend, and you can access a lot of custom indicators here. Apart from that, if you don't need super trend, you can click the delete button here. Simply you can just click the delete button, just go away, and you can add the custom indicators just by right clicking over the charts, going to the indicators, click on the insert indicator. You can find a lot of indicators, a lot of textbook analysis indicators, right? I guess all the, you name any technical analysis indicator which is there in the books, it's there. But what is the specialty is that we try to implement some of the custom indicators, which is not available in most of the charting analysis package, like one is the super trend, which you've seen that already, and second one is the Fisher transform. So Fisher transform is the one we try to include it in our custom indicator package. And so you can see that the Fisher transform indicator, it's quite a smooth one compared to your stochastic or anything else. And it's more of a cycle-based analysis indicator. So we thought like this could be an value added for the traders. So our motive is to bring meaningful and interactive indicators that actually make sense for the traders, right? So so a couple of other indicators, I'll let me go through that. So let me go through other indicators like indicators. Let me go to indicators like so one another indicator is Kaufman adaptive moving average, right? So it's an highly responsive indicator. You can see that if the indicator is remaining flat, means it's completely in a sideways movement. If the indicator is trending, means the market is also trending, right? So Kaufman adaptive moving average, you can find tons of educational materials online. Anyways, we are trying to prepare our own educational module on how to use these indicators, what are the benefits of using those indicators. We are coming up very shortly, but at this point of time, I guess this video will be an explainer on how to use the tools in a better manner, right? And let me delete those stuff. And okay, so let me go through the other indicators like, so we had included an colored SAR, PSAR. So some people use PSAR. So we have two variants. One is the normal, the dull and boring PSAR kind of stuff, right? So this comes by default. And in case if you want to go in an interactive mode, you can right click over the charts, get into indicators, insert indicator, right? And you can get into this PSAR market calls, right? So you can get something like this. It's the same indicator, but you have some colored variants, so for your identification purpose, right? And we are also having an indicators like the polarized fractal efficiency and squeeze momentum indicator. Polarized fractal efficiency, again it's an psychoanalytics based indicators. We can find a lot of educational materials. We thought like this makes sense for the traders, right? So we brought this indicator, and we built this indicator from trading view. And anyways, I'll give you a brief introduction about trading view as well, so how you can take advantage of trading view. And another indicator which we focused on is like majority of the people love to use the squeeze momentum indicator, right? So we are able to bring the squeeze momentum indicator as well. So some people try to use it on the Harley charts or something like that. So they used to, let me switch back to Nifty futures 16, right? Okay, so you can see here a bunch of, some people use this to identify the squeeze momentum indicator. Anyways, the education material is on, where here people will be looking for the squeeze, the white line which indicates the squeeze, and whereas the black dotted lines indicates a sideways movement, and the red and green lines here which indicates the momentum. If it is turning green, means the momentum is happening on the upper side, whereas if it is getting into red or deep red, the momentum is shifting to the negative. Some negative momentum is building on, so market is accelerating on the downside, right? Whereas if it is a green momentum, the green color says like the momentum is accelerating on the upper side. And also the white dotted lines, you can see here at the center you can see and white dotted lines and the black dotted lines. The white dotted lines means the squeeze is happening on in the market, and the black represents it's more of a sideways behavior in the markets, right? And in case if you want to access the same package in your mobile, this instead of using this link, you can go and type in your mobile or tablets. You can go and type charts/mobile. So you'll be able to access the same setup on your tablets, completely ad-free and completely interactive, touch sensitive. So you can touch and move your screen back and forth, right? And same plus and minus zoom button. I'm sorry, there is no zoom button enabled as such so far. But you can add the indicators from here. With a click, you can add those traditional indicators here. So this link at this point of time is available for NSE F&O. So we are planning to launch along with our EOD and other currency charts as well. Right, so soon probably today evening you'll be able to access the same setup in your mobile or tablets, right? Completely interactive, and you'll be able to access it in your mobiles and tablets. Probably, I mean, you would add a better experience compared to any other trading analysis software. So you don't have to install as such any softwares or any other packages, and all the data at this point of time comes at free of cost, and we want to remain open and place it at free of cost for the entire stuff as long as the market calls exist, right? And let me come back to the desktop application. So desktop application is same as the mobile, but this desktop application, the Marketcalls.in charts, is not user friendly when it comes to accessing on the mobiles or tablets. So it's advisable to use it only on the. It is advisable to use only on the your desktop. Whereas if you want to access those indicators on your mobile, so you can you are free to access. But one drawback is you cannot have access to those drawing tools which you are seeing on the desktop applications. You can see a lot of drawing applications here, which allows you to draw trend lines, patterns, which allows you to plot your buy sell signals, and you can plot your Fibonacci kind of stuff, right? Uh, so a lot of stuffs are possible, and I will keep on explaining one by one. So in the meantime, we can take some questions, and uh, so we can. There's a question from Saumil Shah. Sir, have you have any application for Android mobile phone? Yes, we don't have an app as such, but the same link, which is completely responsive on your mobiles and tablets, right? You can access the NSE FNO charts during live markets. The only thing is the frequency of update is every 5 minutes. And moreover, we have plans to include M6 charts as well. So we very soon will be having an access to M6 charts as well with a bunch of data. And I'll get you through the EOD charts as well. Currently, we have an EOD charts. You can access here, marketcalls.in/EOD chart, right? Here you can have access to all the NSE, FNO, and cash market data right from the beginning, adjusted to split and bonus, right? Right. It's all the data starts from right from the start of the exchange. So I can let me go back and go to this EOD chart. Currently, we are providing for NSE cash and NSE future charts, and here you have access to daily, weekly, and monthly, or even 2 days, 3 days kind of charts. You can build a candlestick on for every 2 days, or you can build a candlestick for every 3 days, or you can get access to the weekly charts and monthly and weekly monthly charts as well, right? So this EOD chart comes with a preloaded RSI 14 classical technical analysis indicator, whereas you are again free to choose your own indicators, right? So again, it's the same stuff, same trading package from Trading View. I'll explain a little bit Trading View as well. So prior to go there, you can see that the date starts from 1995. If I go to charts like Infi, it's completely adjusted to bonus and splits. And if you are finding any data which is not adjusted to split and bonus, you can email us anytime. We'll make this data adjustable to split and bonus, right? And again, it's user friendly as well. So if I say Nifty-I, right, the I represents the current month contracts. It's completely a continuous contract, so I can have access to the future contracts as well here. So I can have access to the future contracts and cash market contracts as well. So Nifty. And again, let me scroll back a little, and at the downside you can have access to a lot of our interactive charts, and I'll come through, I'll explain you one by one about all those stuff. So we also have a currency EOD chart as well. So we can, let me scroll down, and we can find here NSE currency. Okay, NSE currency is not listed here. Maybe I'll try to populate it. Okay, so you can have, let me try to access from my home page, marketcalls.in. So we had built this charts, currency EOD, you can have this access. So here the currency access is currently for all the most of the major cross currency pairs, international cross currency pairs and USD cross currency pairs. Like if you want to access, let's say Singapore dollar and INR, SGD, right? SGD INR, you can have access to the technical analysis charts for currency as well, and you can do a lot more technical analysis studies, or you want to access USD INR or JPY INR, whatever it is. And if you are very much concerned about currency, you want to analyze the currency aspects, so we have the interesting facility. Or you want to work with Euro, USD kind of stuff, you can do that. And so again, a lot of technical analysis is possible with. So generally, the USD INR I would like to use with. What is that? Fisher transform. So here we can sense more meaningful turns whenever the charts are showing divergence, right? So I can mark those divergence using my trend lines. Let's say I want to show the divergence here. I want to mark the divergence here, and this is an divergence. So I can use the arrow tools here to mark the divergence. Again, I'm seeing some divergence here as well. So a lot of divergence. So this tool is good in pointing the divergence instead of any other technical analysis softwares, right? So we are can see some divergence here. I can change the color. So positive divergence. Right. So anyways, so this one good tool is I'm really interested in such kind of tools, which is good in identifying the divergence kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm not a divergence fanatic. Use more of an system trading kind of tool. I'm a system trader. I'm just my core expertise is with system trading, and we follow some of the discretionary styles like market profile kind of stuff. Right. Anyways, if you are a new trader, probably you would have to cross all those stages, right? So I guess the facility which we had provided is not existed and long back, and some people are charging for this kind of stuff, and we want to remain open. We would like to keep it open for all our visitors, right? And I mean, quite an interesting stuff. You can experiment with Fisher transform indicators. A lot of educational materials are available on the internet, right? And in case if you find some interesting indicators, all those indicators are available from TradingView. I'll explain what TradingView is all about. So TradingView, I guess, if you haven't heard about TradingView, they are a social media community. They provide interactive charts. So some of their charting packages what used in our websites. You can see the logo down here, charts by TradingView, and we used to feed our own data from our own data servers. And again, so here they provide a cash market data. So let's say you want to access something like what I can say. Let's take some stock example. Okay, Asian Paints. So Asian Paints. So currently they provide for world markets, for US markets, for Indian markets. Currently they are providing for NSE cash markets at free of cost. So Asian Paints. So Asian Paints, you can see that currently they're providing for cash markets, and we are providing for futures markets. So you can see out here, and let me close this. Asian Paints. Okay. Asian Paint. So similar variants here, and currently they are providing the real-time charts. So it's updates during live markets. You have a lot of controls than my website, and so these are, you can have access to a lot of custom indicators as well. Custom indicators in the sense they have something called Pine Editor, where you can code your own custom indicators. So anyways, we are coming up with another webinar where you can how to code the Pine script indicator. It's something similar to Brooker AFL. It's a programming language to create your own mathematical indicators, right? So at this point of time, I'm just skipping it. So what I want to say is they have a community where you can go and you can, if I say insert indicator, there are a lot of public libraries available there. A lot of public library. Let's say I want to add this CM slingshot system, and you can click and add those systems as well in your uh, trading study. So this is one system. I'm not sure what the system is all about, right? And if you want to include, they have the code as well. So code is open source anyways. You can see the code. Let me pull out the code. You can see the code as well. So if you find such code which is interesting to you and you want to include in our package, you can send that Pine script to us, and we'll send back to again to the TradingView people, and we'll get the indicator ready for you, right? So if you find some indicator which is interesting and you want to include in our package, you can always mail the Pine script code, tested Pine script code probably. We don't work on people's requirement, but if you find some AFL code like the squeeze momentum indicators or something like let's say, let me try to find some indicators like let's say okay, so what indicator? Alligator. So let's say alligator system, like someone might have some this True Williams alligator systems, right? If someone now want to do this, or let's say someone want to build some autocorrelation kind of stuff. So this is autocorrelation, and if someone want to have autocorrelation kind of stuff, they can open the source code, and they can copy it and they can send it to us, so that we'll try to enable those indicators on behalf of you, right? Whereas we don't code any indicators for the people. I literally stopped doing freelancing for the people, and but if you're familiar with PineScript, or if you find some PineScript which is interesting, and we can try to include in our package. But whereas we don't support all the PineScript indicators, the indicators which like some plain indicators or with color variants, we can support it. Whereas if it's having some marking like buy or sell signals, at this point of time, our version of TradingView doesn't support the buy sell signals. So it depends. We cannot implement all the indicators. If you have some PineScript indicator, you can explore their public library. You can explore their public library, and you can send a mail, and we'll verify it whether we can try to include in our package or not. If we think that it suits our requirement and yes, it benefits most of our customers, then we'll definitely try to include it in our indicator library. So that's way. In that way, you can try to have access to custom indicators. Without, and there is no at zero cost, right? And again, when coming back to the charts, I want to explain an interesting setup. So let me go to. So if I click here, there is a small triangle here. This will bring up a lot of tools here. So I can go and plot some trend lines. I can plot some trend lines, and so change the color, or you want to change the width. So whatever you want to do, you can do it. And let's say you want to save the study, right? So save the study, you can go and always we have a public library where you can save your own studies. Let's say I want to save this. Let's say my default indicators, right? My default indicators. So you can save it and you can access it anytime, whenever you want, right? So you can go and load this library, and it's not a personalized templates. It's more of a public template, so anyone can see anyone else templates. So at this point of time, we are not providing public templates. I mean, individual templates. Uh, we're not providing individual templates as such for the public. So the individual templates are only available to the Marketcalls clients, right? And Marketcalls clients, in the sense, the one who had subscribed to Marketcalls products like broking products, or the products like data feed kind of products. In any means, if you are bought some any products from us, you will get access to those, exclusive access to those individual templates. At this point, you can have access to the public template. So some guy had done some Vedanta study on June 100 PE. I don't know what it is. Let me go through that. Just clicking on that, and so Vedanta is loading up. So he had some interesting studies over here, and some one who had done some Bank Nifty. Let me open that Bank Nifty. So you can see so it's more of a public template, and you can also have access to lot many people what sort of study they are doing. So some people want to change their background colors as such. So if you want to change the background colors, again you can always go to the chart properties. There you can see the background, and you can see the background. You can set the background to your own visual requirements. You can change it. You can right. So it's like any other popular technical analysis software. So here you can change your backgrounds, and you can change the variants of all the indicators, right? So that is there, and that's a small full screen option here. If you want to see only the charts in your screen, and you can get into full screen mode. Whereas if you want to get back again, you can press the escape option, so that it comes back to the normal routine mode, right? And so this, I guess, again we can we can take some of the questions again. So if you have any questions, you can uh, ask your questions right now here. Is the market profile charts available? Yes, we are providing market profile charts at this point of time. You can access the market profile charts, which again updates every 5 minutes. So you can have access to the charts over here. Probably this page displays market profile charts for Nifty and Bank Nifty at this point of time. So whereas you can also join our trading room, which is a part of the TradeZilla package, and there you'll get exclusive access to the trading room, where we'll be discussing about a lot about market profile and order flow kind of stuff. Right? Yes, market profile charts are currently available to the public for Nifty charts, as well as here you can track from the social media some of the popular market profile guys who talks in the markets during real time about market profile. And along with that, we have Bank Nifty. We thought of placing a lot of other charts, but it's meaningless. So we initially to bring to the screen, we thought of bringing only Nifty and Bank Nifty charts, right? So so you can have access to the Nifty and Bank Nifty charts here, right? So it's more for the people. It's useful for the people who want to study about market profile kind of stuff. It tracks more about the participation behavior, how the traders are behaving. So it's more of an intraday player kind of study. So market profile is more of an intraday kind of tool, and some people use it to trade positionally as well. Yes, Harshit Patel, I use market profile to trade intraday as well as positional trades. Okay, so is there any scanner available to check particular indicators triggering? At this point of time, we have some limited scanners available, but the scanners are not open to everyone. So let me go through that. It's again a part of our TradeZilla package. So analytics slash probably I kept under sentiment. So we are in the phase of building more interesting scanners. Right, so we had built some scanners which updates every 5 minutes again. So this is a sentimental scanner. Again, we monitor hourly, daily, and weekly sentiments here. And again, this is only for the exclusive members at this point of time. And let me get out again. So we are in the process of building more scanners. At this point of time, everything is in the beta mode, right? So I cannot talk here publicly here, but yes, scanning works are on. We are trying to find not such the classical scanners, but the scanners which make sense for the traders, right? So which is mostly used by the traders, which actually make sense in their trading decisions. Um, and which contain screeners on tick basis. As I said, the scanners we are working out on, we built some scanners. So at this point of time, it's not open to everyone. It's in beta testing mode. And once we done some sufficient testing, so it will be placed open to the public. So right now we are in the beta mode now. It's in closed beta mode. Access is limited to the limited members at this point of time. And yes, some people want to access P ratio here. So always you can access the P ratio charts from your, you can always go to charts. And currently we have P ratio access only for the, we have access only for the NSE, Nifty, right? So every day around 6 o'clock, this page will get updated. So historical, you will get historical P access to the Nifty charts. It's interactive, and you can add your own indicators like any other indicator. Let's say you want to add indicators like RSI kind of stuff to measure how whether the P right now is overbought or oversold kind of stuff. You can go and add it. So let me bring this relative strength index, right? So again, this relative strength index, it's again completely customizable here. Probably I had disabled the customization here, but still you can go to any other UOD chart. You can type PE ratio, like PE ratio. You can get the access to the PE ratio charts. And right now it is in the candlestick mode. Probably I have to switch it to the line mode so that, or the area mode. The area mode is quite interactive. Like it gives you some nice clean charts. And if you want to take a snapshot, you can always take a snapshot here. There is a small snapshot button here. I can take a small snapshot. Okay, so it's taking quite time. I don't know why. Okay, here it is. And you can copy this URL, right? Or you can click on the save image option. You can save image and you'll get access to this link. From there you can save, you can press Ctrl S and you can save it to your local desktop. Right? Let's say P ratio charts. So you can save it in a PNG image format and you can include in your studies or in your reports. Right? So it quite makes sense for a trader and moreover, if you want to tweet it, there is an option here, that tweet button, like you can say like historical P ratio charts, and you can tweet it to your friends. Okay, you can tweet it to your friends, so or to your followers, or you can tweet your studies and instantly they will be getting access to this sort of link where they can find access to your studies as such, right? So again, an interesting feature from a trader's perspective. And let me go here and try to add this relative. There's a small search box here. You can type relative Okay, so relative strength index, and so once you are in this mode, you can let's say you go to the settings, and you have a lot of access to this variance. Let's say you want to plot an upper limit and lower limit. That feature is here. And let's say you want to put it in a different color. Let's say the upper overboard you want to put it in a red color, and the lower limit you want to put it in the green color, and you want to increase the width of the line a little bit, right? So makes sense. And there is an H lines background, which is nothing but the one which is governing the let's say I want to plot it in a red color, a shady red color. So you can shade it, and you can nice clean feature, right? So again, I'm sorry, I missed it. Okay, so nice clean shady feature here, and you can use it. Let me do it again. So upper limit, the upper limit is let's say red. So lower limit is 30. I'll want to make it as an overbought lines and oversold lines, and this let me make it as an red color, and so you can adjust the color variance, and it's done, right? So now you want to tweet it, you can tweet it, and you want to write some text on top of it, like you can there's a text option here. If you click on the text option, you can find a lot of ways to plot the text. Like you can add an arrow mark. Let's say you can find this is an oversold option, so you want to add a sell signal here. You can add a sell signal, and let's say you find whenever you're finding this when the uh, when the RSI is overbought, or you want to track your studies, you can add those arrows here, say like here, and oversold indicator like. So again, I'm not trying to explain how to trade. I'm just trying to explain what are the ways you can trying to analyze these markets, right? So here you can plot an sell signal indicator. This is just for your tracking purpose. Just for your tracking purpose, nothing else, right? And again, you want to plot some sell signals over here. So means somewhere here. Right, whenever it is exceeding the peak, so whenever it says like the indicator is reaching the peakness. So this sort of stuff you can always use it to tell your friends, or you can use it to track your own purpose. So you can see here it's touching the bottom here, and you can see again here, right? So let me go and check other ways of plotting it. So you can you want to add an a text here, like you can want showcase to your friends, like currently PE is in overbought condition. Expecting mean reversion in Nifty. So you can plot your own stuff. You hide it with borders. Let's say put a nice clean blue border with an let's say I want to highlight with some colors, right? So you can have a nice clean study, and you can track it in real time as well. You save it as an layout. Anyways, it's a public layout, right? As I said, it's a public layout, and all your studies will be accessible by everyone. So you can add it as a P ratio, and later anytime you can go to the load option. You can access it. You can go to access your studies. Right? So you can access your studies from here. Or if you are if you know what is your study is, you can type here PE ratio, so, and you can access the charts from here. And similarly, like the EOD charts, we also try to bring the gold and silver charts from various cities. Like some people are interested in tracking the gold and silver prices across cities, so we thought of bringing this option. So here you can track the Chennai, Mumbai, a lot of cities like major cities like Delhi, Bangalore, gold prices. Let's say let me go to gold rate in Bangalore. So 22 carat. So you can go and get the 22 carat stuff, and you can get the access to those historical charts, right? So again, it's an interesting stuff to me to do something like this. We are also trying to include petrol prices across various cities, so the work is on, and we are trying to build some economical indicators that make sense. We will be soon bringing all those economical indicators here, so that you can cross compare the studies, like how you want to, let's say you want to study Nifty behavior along with Bank Nifty. There is an option here. Let me go to the charts back again. Let's say you want to monitor Nifty charts. Let me delete this default indicator, super trend, and there is a compare option here. Compare or add symbol. I can parallelly compare, let's say, Bank Nifty 16 June contract along with that June futures, and let's say add it. So instantly it added, and then you can see on the left scale it immediately get into the relative mode with respect to the percentage right from the start of the series, right? And you can track the behavior parallelly here. So I can go to the Bank Nifty settings. You can see Bank Nifty, the price series comes along with that. By default it is in line mode. If I go to the settings here, I can choose the style. I can choose the style instead of line. I can make it as an histogram or area based. I can have an area based settings, or in fact I can use circles. I don't know what circles means. Okay, dots. Okay, price line, what is that? So current price line of Bank Nifty, what is the rate of Bank Nifty right now here? I can do some relative study. So generally these sort of relative studies will be for people use it to do intermarket analysis, or let's say some peer analysis. To do this I can go to EOD chart, marketcalls.in/EOD chart. You can have access to the end of the day charts of, let's say I want to compare. Let me go back to the default option. Let me try to load some default loading setups. Maybe some people are not familiar, comfortable with the black background. So let me go with some, okay, with some white background here. Okay, so let me delete all those stuff. There's a remove all drawing tool option is here. I can remove all the drawings, not the indicators. It removes all the drawings, whatever the drawings it's plotted over here. Right. If you want to remove all the indicators, you can always go to right click, indicators, remove all indicators. At this point of time it is disabled, whereas when you plot a lot of indicators and you want to remove it in one shot, you can right click and go to the indicator option, and you can click on the remove all indicator options, right? And here, and if you are in a different country, like if you're in a different country and you want to adjust to a different time zones, there is a time zone options here, so you can adjust to your own time zones. By default it's in IST timing mode. So if you are using in real-time charts, you can always choose your own time scales. Some people might be from Dubai or some other place, or Sydney or in London. They want to adjust to their own time scales. You can go there always, and you can adjust your own time scales, right? And yes, that option is there, and time zone and session settings is also another option where you can apply it to your real-time charts. It's not for EOD charting purpose, the time scales and time zones. It's more for an intraday kind of charts, right? Again, okay. Right now I'm just going to compare multiple IT stocks. Let's say Infi, I want to compare with TCS and other competitors. So TCS, I'm just adding TCS here. I'm also going to add, let's say, Tech Mahindra, TechM, okay, so TechM. So what are the other stocks I can add? I can add guys like Wipro, HCL Tech, right? So a lot more variants we have, and you can do some relative study. let's say this Infosys, let me switch it to the line mode so that every other line looks decent. So I can do some studies, some relative market studies. I can do some relative market studies. Okay, I can do some relative market studies here. I think we have an data which is not adjusted to split and bonus. Probably this is supposed to be Tech Mahindra. We remove Tech Mahindra for time being. Okay. And so all these charts, the relative study is supposed to be used to identify who is outperforming the market. You can see that clearly Infi is outperforming the market, and you can see that the lowest guy. If I click here, you can see here the HCL Tech is getting bold. Means the lines of HCL Tech stock has been selected. If I'm selecting some other stocks, some other thing will get bold. So this is Wipro. You can see that Wipro is performing moderately. So you can use relative, you can do some sort of relative study using this compare options. Right here is the compare button here. Whereas soon, let's say you want to compare Nifty with PE charts. Let me remove all those indicators. Right, let's say you want to compare Nifty. Let's say we have Nifty here. So this is Nifty. Let me put it as an area charts, right? So area charts, and I want to compare with, let's say I want to compare with P ratio. Right? Some people want to do that. P ratio. Okay, I have to add from here. I have to go to compare option. I go to P ratio. Okay, and you can add it, and you can compare it with the P ratio. You can see how correlated it is. Or let's say you want to compare Nifty with gold. There is an option to compare gold. Let's say gold. What are the listings of gold? Okay, so gold Bangalore. So gold Bangalore. Let's say gold Mumbai. Gold Mumbai. So I can compare the gold Mumbai rate 24 karat with Nifty. Yes, that is also a possibility, right? Or let's say you want to compare with silver. It's meaningless to do that, but if you, I mean, anything is possible here. That's what I want to say here. So silver, similarly we have silver as well. So you can compare the silver Mumbai rates here along with your Nifty, and you can do some interesting comparison with silver charts as well. So you can try to understand which asset class is outperforming, or you can use the benchmark index gold Bs from index. So gold Bs. Gold Bs is an ETF from Goldman Sachs. You can compare it, so you can compare multiple asset classes as well, right? Okay, so we are done with this lines. So a lot of lines are there. We can plot arrows, trend lines. Anyways, I'll show you a sample of how to plot a trend line. Go to Infi. So why Infi? So I'm somewhat. So let me remove all the other studies as well here. So from the Infi charts, let me get into the. Let's say I want to plot it into hollow candles. Hollow candles. Or let me put it in normal candles. So if you want to change the color of the candles, you can always go here, and you can always change the color of the candles, whichever of your preference, right? And let me try to plot an bearish pattern. So there was recently one of my friend tweeted that there is an harmonic pattern. It's a bearish harmonic pattern in the Infi. So sometime back, let me pull out that. Let me pull out that harmonic patterns. So this is my Twitter handle, twitter.com/marketcalls_. Right. So we used to talk about live markets settings. Here is one of my friend. Where he is. Just looking for that. Okay, his name is Brijesh. He's kind of an harmonic trader. He's obsessed with harmonic patterns. I should say that he's an expert trader. So he tweeted on 7th of June, saying that there is a bearish harmonic pattern here, right? So I don't know what sort of pattern is, but I know how to plot this pattern, right? I'm not a harmonic trader, so just excuse me if I'm not an harmonic trader. Let me go back and I'll try to plot this pattern. I don't know what pattern it is. Like, so there is an X, A, B, C, D. So there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and how to map those points here. Let's say, let me zoom this chart a little, and there is an XABCD pattern is here. I click on that pattern. Otherwise, there are a lot of patterns available here. You can plot ABCD pattern. Again, that's an ABCD. It's an interesting godly pattern, I guess. Triangle pattern. You can see this. You can plot whatever the patterns you want. There is also a way to plot the Elliott waves, right? So I'm not an Elliott wave expert. I'm not an harmonic expert. So excuse me, if you want to experiment on your own, I request you to experiment it. So let me try this example, X ABCD pattern. So first you click on the X, so this will form an X, and A, and B, and you can have a C and E, right? So we can track those Fibonacci ratios, right? So we have to be a little bit familiar with harmonic patterns, and once this is done, you can share with your friends or tweet, or you can track your own study. So you can save this as an study, and you can or if you want to change the color or whatever which which is comfortable for you to your eyes, you can put it, and then you can share it to your friends. If you feel that the time scale is hiding the studies, you can go to the left hand price scale, the y-axis, and you can click, and you can either zoom up or down, and so that it compresses the charts, and you can expand the charts as well. Like you can just place your cursor over the price scale. You can click, and then you can pinch and zoom. You can pinch and zoom, and then so you can move that scale according to your requirement, either the upside or downside. You can compress or expand both vertically and horizontally, right? That's what I want to say here. Okay, so again, let me delete this study. So this is a drawing, right? So I can click and erase all the drawings in one shot. And moreover, if some people are obsessed with using the Fibonacci lines, let me check where are the Fibonacci lines. So here there is some interesting tools: Pitchfork, Gann box, Gann fans, Fibonacci lines. Some people use Fibonacci retracement kind of guys. Let me try to plot this Fibonacci retracement. I don't know how to use this. It has point A and point B, right? So you can plot those Fibonacci lines. So all those Fibonacci ratios will be plotted over here. Again, if you want to edit, double click on that. So you'll be able to change the colors, change the Fibonacci ratios, everything you can do it in one shot. And again, an interesting tool from an beginner's trader's perspective, right? Probably everyone would have gone through those stages, the Fibonacci ratio stages. And there are other tools like Pitchfork. Some people are, I've seen a couple of traders in internet are using Pitchfork. Let me tell you how to plot these as well. Let's say it has a start point, and it has two other points. So some people used to plot, try to understand where is the support, right? I'm not an expert in plotting this Pitchfork, right, like any other traders do, but yes, you can plot Pitchfork, and you can customize according to your own requirement. Let's say I'll try to plot a Pitchfork on a downtrending channel. Okay. So this is it. So some people try to use to identify the breakouts, supports, kind of. So again, and this is for more of on Pitchfork based traders. That feature is here, and let me go to the another feature. So Pitchfork is done. Gann fan. So Gann fan is for the one. Let me go to Nifty. Gann fan. Some people use to identify the support resistance. Again, this is not Nifty yet, right? Okay, so this is Nifty. So to start a GAN fan line, let me select GAN fan. You have to have test a significant low. You have connect both significant low. So the low which is you consider whichever is going to be significant, and we can draw the fans and you can plot it to the type, right? So that you can identify the support. So you can clearly see that I connected the significant low and the significant high, and you can see that the support exactly the supported like so. Some people use it to identify supports, right? So I also gone through those stages, scan fan lines. I tested it. So if you want to experiment it, yes, the feature is here. And I mean, to be frank, at this point of time, I'm not using any GAN trend lines or any other classical text lines. I'm more of an more into systematic trading kind of stuff, and they use market profile to track the traders' behavior. Right. So these sort of tools helps you to fasten your learning skills. It will fasten your learning skills. What are the tools you want to experiment? It's available here to experiment. No spoon feeding is required. It's much more interesting. Even a kid can handle this technical analysis tools. Right. So again, let me have some questions. Let me take some questions. Okay. How can we plot support and resistance level? Okay, so there is one more feature here. So some people use trend lines to plot the support and resistance level, and some people use super trend to understand what is the real-time support and resistance. That way you can plot it. And to answer your question, you want to track your own whether you are you want some studies, some you want to do some study. Like let's say there are ways you can plot your own forecast. Let's say you want to go long or short in Nifty. Let's say I want to short in Nifty now. I want short Nifty now, and let's say I'm just clicking here, so I get some box, right? And let's say I want to short Nifty with my stop loss coming around. I can fix my stop loss. I can double click it, so I can plot my coordinates. Let's say I want to plot a stop loss at 8,350, and I want to take my profit around 8,100 and or let's say 8,050, right? So, and I want to open a trade around 8,200. You can track your own study, or you can share with your friends, and you can say like, hey, my study has been worked and I'm just doing fantastic. So I'm just add some indicators. I followed this indicator, and here is my support, here is my resistance, and here this is my target. You can showcase to your friends and take a snapshot, or let's say I'll try to add some studies like relate to RMACD kind of stuff, right? And you can take a snapshot and you can keep it yourself, or you can save it for the your own future too, so that you can do paper trading as well here. You can do paper trading as well here. Save the image, and you can use it for further analysis, whether the way you predicted, whether the way you think the market had worked has actually worked or not, so that this will enhance your practicing skills in the markets, right? Again, an interesting feature. You can add long positions. Similarly, you can add short and long positions, and you can do forecasting. Okay, I'll come to this. It's again an interesting feature. Let me delete all this studies here. Let me delete all the studies, so that let me delete all the indicators. To delete all the indicators, there is an option here, indicators, and you can remove all the indicators. So one shot, everything will be removed. And now let me go to this. Let's say I want to have a bar pattern. So this is an interesting feature here, bar pattern. What I can do now, I can select the range. So it brings the bar patterns. I can match whether I can move this bar pattern. I can check whether any of the bar patterns is matching or not. Whether, let's say I can say like whether it is matching with any of the bar patterns or not. I can check and compare. Probably some people think like the history repeats, right? So here you can, some people find like it's a head and shoulder patterns. Like head and shoulder pattern, I guess we have some drawing tools, right? Head and shoulder patterns. We have some head and shoulder patterns here. So left shoulder, head, and you can draw this study to identify the supports, right? So if you want to do some patterns, head and shoulder patterns, you want to say to your friends, yes, it is possible. And this is like more of an bar pattern matching. You can try to match the patterns, and you can get those patterns from here. You can get it from the long position, short position. Under here, you can find this bar patterns here. You can also find the date range. Like let's say I want to find from here to here, from destination to the two destination. I want to measure how many days or how many bars it has spent, the price has spent. Or let's say this is the peak, right? So this is the peak, from the peak to the trough, from the peak to the low, how many days it had taken. If you want to do such studies, you can do that, right? Or let's say you want to understand, I'll delete all those studies now, and I can from this is the date range indicator, and let's say this is the bottom, this is on the budget day and till date. So what is the high made, how many days it had taken. So totally 66 bars, it had taken 100 days, means 100 calendar days, and in terms of market session it is 66 bars, means 66 trading sessions. So we can do some interesting analysis on top of it. Some cycle based traders use this kind of studies. And you can also measure the price. You can also measure the price. So there is a price range. You can try to measure it. Let me try to put it right from the bottom to the top, right? To the top, and you can measure the price performance. So far you can say like Nifty had made 1,436 points from the peak, from the bottom to the peak. It's almost 20% movements, 21% movement here. Right. So again, an interesting feature for those who want to plot the studies, or you want to take it as a reference, take the screenshot, do an study. I mean, again, an interesting stuff tool, which most of the trading software doesn't provide it to monitor it. And there is also a measure scale. There is a scale available here to measure the price performance. So this is a scale tool here. I'm just clicking from the peak to the trough. This measures both. This measures both the price and time. How much price had fallen and what is the time it had taken. So it combines both the price and time scale study. So it's an interesting tool. So let's say this peak, I'm just plotting from this peak to the trough. I can say like market had lost almost 20% over a duration of 151 bars or 223 calendar days, right? So almost an more than 9 months of bear market we had experienced, and then we lost almost 20% from the peak. 20% from the peak we dropped, and again we retraced to 20%. So whatever the last gain is not equivalent to the profited one, right? So that's what market is all about. So you gain, you lose 10% and you regain again 10% from the bottom. It's not the same equivalent, right? So we lost 20% and we gained 20% from the bottom, means approximately we would have gained somewhere around 15%. We lost some, still we are in the loss now. That's what. Okay, so what else is pending? So we have some fave icons here, a lot of retina icons. Let's say you want to plot some other indications, like you can plot some arrows, or you can say like my study is good. I'm just saying like it's a bear market. Okay, let's say I'll say like this is a bear market, and this is supposed to be an bear market, and this is supposed to be a bull market. Change the colors. Okay, you can also indicate in this way as well. Or you can have some, if you have some affection, like say like I'm just allowing this charts. Like you can do some notations here to make it quite interesting feature, right? Anyways, you can use some buy sell signals to say this, to explain it to your friends. You can use these tools. So here is the buy sell signals. You can really use it to explain it to your friends, right? I'll change this to green. Okay. So this way, yes, you can explain the support and resistance to your friends. Can I know about AmiBroker and installation? So we have done a lot of AmiBroker tutorials, which is available in our YouTube channel. You can always follow youtube.com/user/marketcalls. There you can find a lot of interesting studies. We had placed a lot of AmiBroker tutorials here. You can go and experiment. It's everything right from the learning AFL codes or the basic AmiBroker tutorials. We have done some 6 AmiBroker tutorials here. You can go and get access to those tutorials. Again, it's free of cost. I mean, I can post the link to you. Okay, so Harshit Patel says marketcalls.in/EOD charts are not opening. So the link is like marketcalls.in/EOD chart. It's not charts, it's chart. It's singular, it's not plural. There you can go and access those charts, right? It's otherwise always you can find at the bottom. You just go and access charts, and you can get access to those link here. The other alternative way to access the charts is you can always go to marketcalls.in/EOD chart, and you can get instant access. You can go to marketcalls.in, and there you can find the charting feature here to access the NSE FNO charts, EOD charts, currency EOD charts, PE ratio charts as well. And apart from this, we have other access to the tools as well, which again makes sense to our traders. If someone wants to track the open interest behavior, so you can go and open the open interest tracker. Here one can track the open interest for Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures live. So we can track where the open interest is building up on, who's active more, which strike price people are active. So this updates every 5 minutes again during live market hours. You can find the open interest change tracker as well. And so a lot of Excel based stuff got automated. So now we can see like the Bank Nifty. I'm just opening the Bank Nifty options. You can see here at 8,000 some people are interested in writing options. Some people are interested in writing options. So how do you know that whether they are writing or not? So most of the time the option players love to write it. And then some people again it means someone had written and someone has going longs, right? So, but most of the smart money write options, right? That's what we are told. We have another interesting tool called participation OI. So this is mostly for an index-based traders to understand who is doing what, right? So again, we talk a lot of this behavior. We track the behavior on day-to-day basis. This tracks how many the client index futures. This tracks the Nifty futures with client index futures. The clients are nothing but the retail clients. What position they are taken. So they are keep on shorting for this. They are keep on shorting index futures. The index futures in the sense they probably they are shorting all throughout the series. They are shorting both Nifty and Bank Nifty throughout the series, and they are keep on increasing their short position. Whereas they are not interested in shorting the market at this point of time. Whereas if you see the FIs, you can see that clearly these FIs are keep on going longs. They are exactly trading against the retail clients, and you can see the orange represents the longs, and the green color represents the shorts. So you can see that the FIs are so far completely trading against retail clients, and they're not interested in shorting this market at this point of time. They may change. It's completely a dynamic data. So far the retail traders are losing the game in futures, and the FIs are winning the game. And you can see the past behavior as well, how the retail players are matching. So you can see the blue represents the Nifty. So you can understand how the players are moving these markets, who is in control, those sort of behavior-based studies. You can have access to this, and you can also have access to the options as well. This is retail traders are what retail traders are trying to do. You can see that the retail traders are the one who is now writing majority of the puts. The retail traders mostly write put options. You can see it historically, the purple line. So you can see that they are, right now the top contracts are written by retail traders are the put charts, and they also write call charts as well. They are also writing call charts as well. And some people are taking put longs, right? And they are not interested. The retail crowd is at this point of time, they are not interested in playing the call longs. Whereas the option, the FIs, what the FIs are trying to do, the FIs are probably they are trying to, they are keep on going naked puts, right? Sometimes they may try to hedge their position with naked puts, but you can see that the retail crowd is exactly doing the opposite. They are writing puts, and the FIs are completely trading against them, right? Again, so every time the FIs and the retail clients try to trade against each other. So if you are trying to monitor this, you will try to track a lot of interesting behaviors. So one way you can fine-tune your trading studies one step better by understanding this behavior. Sometimes the retail traders, not sometimes, most of the times, the retail traders show some dumb behavior, right? Like this is one behavior. They keep on going longs in February series, whereas the market is keep on dropping. Like this is one behavior where the retail traders bets on calls, naked calls, and they keep on increasing till the expiry, right? Nothing happened, and later they got frustrated, and later the market movement started right from the beginning at 6,800 market hit, and then now we are almost 20% up from the top. So these sort of dumb behaviors you can track. So again, an interesting page which I would like to monitor on day-to-day basis to track the behavior of markets and the market participants. Again, there is an snapshot tool available here. I can click on that, and it downloads the snapshot to my local machine. Let me check why it's not taking a snapshot. Okay, maybe at this point of time it is not working. Maybe generally it used to work. You can take a snapshot here, and you can zoom and unzoom here. Quite an interactive feature here. So we use Plotly charts to monitor this, and again we'll be bringing more interesting such studies. We are in phase to bring some economical indicators as well, right? I guess I'm just going too much for the day, so I'll try to keep it short. And any view on Infosys for Monday? So I don't give views on charts. I'm not a financial tips provider, but see this. I'm just generally appreciate this guy, the Brijesh. He tracks harmonics, so he says like this is so he's able to spot out the top. Some people are good in playing the harmonics. Really, I'm not the right guy to play the harmonics, but this guy, you can follow him on Twitter, and you can ask his opinions about stocks. Generally, I don't. We use another approach to say that yes, Infi is bearish, but here seriously you can follow his works during. You can ask questions. So he had some opinions on Jet Airways, NSE Nifty. Right, this is what he plotted on NSE Nifty. On 16,800, some bullish harmonics, right? Okay, so and you can practice in our live charts, save it as a template and start using it. And moreover, anything is pending. We are done with snapshot, templates, P ratio. Okay, correlation. Some people are interested in doing correlation based studies. Let's say, let me open the FNO charts. It's simple, Marketcalls.in/charts. And from here, let's say I want to plot a correlation between Nifty and Bank Nifty. I want to, let's say Harley, and let me put it on the Harley charts. And I want to monitor the correlation between two symbols. Let me insert the indicator. The indicator name is correlation coefficient. So correlation coefficient, by default it's trying to compare with Apple. So anyways, I'm not interested in Apple. Let me go to the settings, put it as like Bank Nifty June futures. So you can try to plot the correlation length. You can set the correlation length, and you can measure the correlation. So higher means positive correlation, means both are moving in the same direction. And correlation is a dynamic behavior. You can see like sometimes it will be more correlated, sometimes it will be very less correlated. means the way Nifty is behaving might be completely opposite or completely irrelevant sometimes. But most of the times you can see the correlation is very high. Similarly, you can try to find correlation between two stocks like Infosys and TCS. Some of the pair traders used to do that. You can find a correlation from a trader's perspective. I mean, if you monitor the correlation between, let's say I want to monitor the correlation between Nifty and PE charts, right? So Nifty and PE charts. Let me try to go to EOD chart. Let me try to plot the correlation between Nifty and PE ratio. Is there any correlation? Is there? You want to do some studies, some behavioral based studies. You can do that. So correlation, okay. Correlation, and okay, correlation inputs. Let me type P ratio. Okay. So here you can find the correlation between. You can see like most of the time the correlation is high. So you can find like, so probably the overbought oversold indicator might work from an investor's perspective. We can easily spot out whether the PE ratio is overbought or oversold, or from a positional short-term perspective as well. Or if you want to look into the, if you want to study whether the PE ratio is overbought or oversold, you can use it. That could help you to some extent, right? And okay, so let me get back to the questions. My question is not answered. Santosh Kumar. So let me go to Santosh Kumar question. Santosh asks, can I know about AmiBroker installation? I guess that question has been answered, Mr. Santosh. Okay. Any live alert facility for scanners? As I said, Umesh, at this point of time, we are in the beta stage of building scanners. Okay. How to use this for pair trade? So pair trade, you can use correlation, right? But this is very native tool at this point of time from a correlation trading perspective. You can, I mean, from a pair trading perspective, you can use only relative study, and you can use the compare tools, and you can use correlation tools. But apart from that, there is no point of using this. It's not an extensive tool for doing any pair trading studies, but you can do some initial groundworks, right? Okay. Again, Saumil Shah, can we get recording of this webinar? Yes, this recording will be posted by evening in YouTube channel. It will be also available in our website as well. So you can go to our website and you can start accessing the software. I mean, you can start accessing the video. Even if you missed it, you can access it probably by evening. The video should be live in our website. Please tell me a technical analysis software with all world indices need a desktop installation. One way is you can use AmiBroker. You can use AmiBroker where you can get world indices. Let me open an database where I can get some world indices. So DST. So I have a subscription for the EOD database that I can have access to. Let me open this world indices. Configure. Let me try to configure world. Or let me check. I don't do. This is my working folder, so let me not disturb this one. Instead, let me use an EOD data. Okay, so here EOD data. I have a lot of variants here. Charts, symbols. So here watch list. So watch list. Let me put some watch list. List 22 is list 22. Okay, list 23 is empty. Let me make it as world indices. I'm going to put world indices here. Indices. So this is AmiBroker. Okay. So someone asked how to monitor world indices in some other softwares. At this point of time, we are not in our interactive charts. We are not providing world indices, but soon we will try to enable it. And I'm going to import world indices now. So import, go to database settings. I'm just going to configure it. No, this has to be imported. Import metastock data, browse it. Say I want to add global indices. Select it. I want to import to my watch list world indices. Okay, import. So this brings me a lot of almost all the world indices, whichever is available here. So I have access to all the world markets data. It's an EOD data, right? Whereas if you want to access an interactive charts, at this point of time we are not providing, but you can get the access from tradingview.com. You can go to tradingview.com and you can have access to the all the web-based. I mean, you can have access to all the global indices data. Okay, it's taking some time. Okay, yes, we are done here. Let me go to the world indices section here, and you can see this is TSX, probably Thailand index, and what else? Nifty is here. This is Shanghai. I think Shanghai data is not there probably. What else we want? Let me check whether CAC DAX is there on. This is Dow Jones probably. No, this is Dow Jones Industrial Index. Let me check if Dow Jones is there. Dow Jones. Okay, so here we have Dow Jones. No, not this one. Okay. Maybe my provider is not having enough data. SPX index. Okay, SPS is here. S&P 500 is here. And what else is here? Let's say DAX. Okay, DAX is here. I don't know what it is. This is DAX. CAC is here. Yes, CAC is here. Probably everything with .idx are index, right? So all those indexes are here. All the treasury, MX. Okay, probably DJ stands for Dow Jones. Let me check if Dow Jones index is there. Dow Jones Composite. No, not this one. Dow Jones Industrial. No. Transportation. Okay, a lot of indexes are here. So almost all the sectors are here. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to check out after this studies. But so dollar index is here. Dollar index. And DXY is here. Okay, so yes, all the world indices are here. I don't want to waste time here. Let me close AMI Broker now. Okay. So anyway, the session is not about AMI Broker. But yes, it's possible you can use AMI Broker, or you can use Ninja Trader, where you can connect with Google or Yahoo Finance, and you can start accessing it from your Ninja Trader as well. Can we plot comparative chart of stock equity and stock futures? This is the question from Anand Gupta. Yes, we can do it. So let me go to the EOD charts. Let's say I want to add INFI here. So I want to compare with my future scripts. Like I want to compare with. So let me plot this as a line so that it will be very easy to compare. Okay, and or let me put it in an area format so that it will be again easy to compare. Now I want to compare with, so I'm just going to click on compare, and I'm just going to compare with futures, INFI futures, right? So INFI-I stands for futures. So yes, you can compare here. You can compare you can try to check whether it's in discount or in premium, or you can try to understand when it is in premium, when it is in discount, or is there any gap between is there any wide gap between the cash and the futures segment, or it is widening, if the spread is widening or decreasing, you can try to understand from this. Probably instead of try to put on line charts. some red line so that it will be contrast. So I can, I think it's closely following the price most of the time. Maybe with Nifty and Nifty, let me compare Nifty with Nifty. Let me try to compare with. Let me remove this Nifty. Compare with Nifty futures, Nifty-I. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so you can see whether the spread is increasing or not. But there is one more way to study. Let's say I want to study INFI with India VIX, right? Let me plot and let me try to compare India VIX. India VIX. Okay, so I can compare Nifty INFI with Nifty with India VIX. But this chart is not visible. So what I can do now, I can go to do scale left or scale right to adjust the scales, or I can also put no scales. Or we can put in a histogram format to understand whether the VIX is in increasing mode or decreasing mode. Again, I mean, a lot of ways to do your own studies. Right? Okay. So this way you can compare two different symbols with. You can also compare stocks as well as futures. Harshit Patel asks, is 1 minute data available? Currently, our data subscription from NSE.X is 5-minute data. So our frequency of data is minimum is 5 minutes. 1 minute data at this point of time, it's going to take a lot of cost to us. So we are not interested at this point of time to do with 1 minute because it's way costlier. Our annual cost for 1 minute data will come around 12 lakhs per exchange. So at this point of time, 5 minute is quite affordable. We are paying closely around 5 lakhs every year for all the data for NSE, MCX, EOD data, everything. Everything is going to cost to us. So 1 minute is going to be very exponential cost at this point of time to get it for all the exchanges. Maybe in the later stage, once we are done, once we have seen enough growth, we may try to enable this 1 minute data to everyone free of cost. So at this point of time, we are. So if you want to go for a 1 minute data, probably I would suggest you to take an data from us. We are partnered with Global Data Feeds. You can take a data subscription from us, which is more of a real-time charts, where you will get access to those real-time charts for NSE futures, NSE MCX and NSE currencies. So we used to provide data for the AMI broker, Metastock, AdvanceGate, Ninja Trader. So these are the supported platforms, right? So we have taken a dealership with Global Data Feeds. So again, if you want, if data is very critical for your studies, and if you're a professional trader, it is advisable to go with trading platforms like AMI Broker or Ninja Trader. But if you are doing some studies which suits the requirement and data is not a critical element for you, a 5 minute frequency data is more than enough for you, then you can use the platform. It's more Marketcalls.in EOD charts, or I can go with Marketcalls.in/charts. Can I back the strategy in interactive charts? This is a question from Bhushan Kale. So Bhushan, at this point of time, the platform currently doesn't support, I mean, the TradingView platform, which is available in Marketcalls, doesn't support backtesting. Whereas if you want to do backtesting, one way is you can do a visual backtest, or you can go to TradingView platform, TradingView itself. You can go to TradingView itself. Let me go to TradingView. And let me open some charts. Let me open this Asian Paints. There is a section called Strategy Tester, right? So they have the feature which is not available in our package, but it's available in TradingView package. You can go here. You can write some codings. You have, of course, you have to be familiar with PineScript. Anyways, we are coming up with an meetup where you can. It's an online meetup where we discuss how to write PineScripts. right? So you can use this strategy tester to test your own strategies, or like an EMA crossovers or something like that, or you have some your own buy sell rules. You can backtest your own strategies from TradingView, but at this point of time, the feature is not available in our package. Okay, so to answer your question, backtesting is possible from TradingView, but not from Marketcalls. The other way is you have to use some desktop softwares like AmiBroker or NinjaTrader, where you can do a lot of backtesting works. Okay, so it was a nice analysis. I found a new on a different marketplace and their behavior. Great. Okay, thank you, Santosh Kumar and Venkatram Gautam. Oh, sorry, Venkatram Gouda. Okay, so there's another question from, can you please share the recording link of Supertrend training conducted last week? So as I said, Mr. Baku Bali Kalasur, the recording for Supertrend is available only for the TradeZilla customers, right? So it's open to everyone, but the video recording will be quite sensitive, so we don't want to keep it as public as such. So SGX, no, at this point of time, SGX is not integrated here. So SGX is not available in the interactive charts. Snail, can I get AmiBroker path for plotting charts? From where can I get? Probably you're asking about the EOD data. EOD data, some EOD data vendors are available, or you can use things like some data downloaders. You can easily get those database. So what are the key indicators for new traders to focus? Okay, interesting question from Bipin Goel. So Bipin, to answer your question, right? So you asked about what are the key indicators for new traders to focus. So it is not about indicators. The way is, first you try to understand the behavior of the indicator, whether this particular indicator suits my style of trading. Right? This is the risk I'm going to take in this market. It's all about self-experiment. There is there are many people who are asking like, which is the best indicator, right? I'll tell you only one thing to all of you guys. There is no indicator which is perfect. Every indicator has its own caveats. Every indicator has whipsaws. You cannot avoid whipsaws in the markets, right? So some people use indicator to predict, and some people use indicators to control the risk. So you have to differentiate yourself which part of the crowd you are, whether you want to forecast using indicators or whether you want to control your risk using indicators, right? If you are going to use any plain indicators, definitely it is going to have a whipsaws. It is not going to predict anything for you because it is a simple mathematical model. All you can use mathematical model. Some people use mathematical model to forecast. I'm not denying that. Yes, you can do that. It's up to your own wish. If you can use indicators to model the behavior of the traders, you can do that, and you can use indicators to control the risk. So based upon that, you are the one who is going to analyze and tell, so this is the indicator I'm going to use because this suits, this works good in my time frame. Probably you could be using in a hourly time frame or a daily, probably you could be using on a daily scale, right? So you are the guy who have to sit and analyze, and you have to experience it, and you have to tell like, this is the indicator which is going to suit my style of trading, because every trader has their own trading style. Some people love to trade trend following, some people love to trade area waves, some people love to trade mean reversion based trading techniques. So there is no such things like which is the good indicator. You tell me, like there are people even if it is a money making indicator, they cannot able to trade those indicators because trading those indicators could be quite complex, and people generally don't try to understand the nature of the indicator. So first you try to go and try to understand the nature of the indicator, try to do an experiments. Like anyways, a lot of you can do paper trading anytime, and if you want to fasten your trading skills, you can use stuff like AmiBroker. You can do backtesting. You can easily with one chart you can do a backtest, and you can check whether this indicator works or not. You can write rules on top of the indicators: when to buy, when to sell, when to short, when to cover, and definitely that will give you a perspective like whether the indicator works or not statistically. And visually you can do some sort of backtesting to some extent, but if you are trying to do any visual backtesting, it is more prone to errors. So some point of time, if you want to evolve, you have to use the tools like AmiBroker or NinjaTrader if you want to evolve in a systematic manner, right? So whereas these tools are more of a discretionary in nature. You are the one who is going to decide when to buy or when to sell. You're not going to take all the trades, right? So you are going to take in a discretionary mode. Sometimes you trade, sometimes you don't want to trade, right? Okay, so this way you can say it's more of a self practice, right? So more the practice you're doing, more you'll be able to understand how the market behaves when the indicator is going to do. Not every indicator is going to turn at the bottom, not every indicator is going to turn at the peak, right? So if you want to do such forecasting stuff, you may have to possess some different skills what the other doesn't has it. So I guess that answers your question, Vipin. And Bhushan Kale, what is the best claimed return in a worldwide? Someone misguiding by giving 100% returns. Okay, I don't want to talk anything about returns here. See, generally hedge fund returns are coming around compounded annual returns. If you take Buffett as a benchmark, Buffett has a compound annual returns of 21% compounded annual returns, right? So anything if you are able to beat Buffett, then I would say like you are a good trader. 21% compounded. You mean that it's compounded. I'm not talking about absolute returns. Absolute returns could vary. Sometimes you may get 100% or 200% returns, but you cannot get it consistently in these markets because uh, markets are so complex in nature. If trading is so easier, anyone can make money here, right? Hardly 5% or 3% of the crowd makes money from the trading perspective, right? So if you want to be in that list, you have to have some skills, different skills, which the others doesn't possess, right? So those who are claiming that 10% per month, 100% per month, I'm not denying that 10%, 20% per month is easily possible in this market, but not consistently. You cannot outperform the market consistently every time. Sometimes you will underperform, sometimes you will outperform. So it's a more of an mixed emotions, right? If you're consistently outperforming the market, I would say like you are one of the best traders in the world. Okay, so in this we have supply and demand zones. Supply and demand zones, I guess, I don't know what you mean by supply and demand zones. Generally we use market profile to monitor where is the supply and demand is coming in. So Somil Shah, I don't have any supply and demand zones indicator. If you have any indicator, you give me the Pine script, I'll try to enable it for you, right? And last but not least, I'll try to go through our upcoming TradesLaw event. So some people asked what TradesLaw is all about for them. So TradesLaw is an online mentorship event which starts. It's an intensive event. It's more for it suits for professional traders who want to become a professional trader. It's a 1 month mentorship event. So you can take part wherever you are. All you need is an internet access and subscription to TradesZilla. Right? It's a 1 month event, and the training program will be focused majorly on AmiBroker. So AmiBroker market profile is completely and different from a different aspects. Nothing from the classical textbook stuff will be discussed. Right? We deliver it through live lectures, online live lecturers, and case studies. We'll do some assignments. We'll give some work to do and guidance, the proper way to trade in these markets. We'll take a lot of feedbacks and insights. We'll try to build some live tools based upon the majority of the participant interest, and we'll be focusing on these aspects. So we'll be focusing on AmiBroker. So these are the stuff which is covered under AmiBroker, and we are focusing on option trading as well. We are starting the options right from the scratch. So if you want to learn option right from the scratch to the complexity of the options, if you want to explore it, yes, we do that. And majority of the focus will be on the market profile. Like it's an complex topic. It's slightly very new to every trader, and we want to bring it to the traders, whoever yearly adapters, who probably we feel that there is some good edge in doing market profile based studies. It's more of an intraday and positional based. It's more of a tool to organize the information to track the trader's behavior. So by learning those, by tracking the traders' behavior, we thought like there is some decent edges there so far, because it's not followed by majority of the traders. And hardly in India, probably I can name the numbers and fingers, probably some 10 to 12 market profile experts are there, and the numbers are very low, and not every people can learn market profile. And those who can learn market profile, again, there is again a challenging round is there. So probably a learning experience will take months or years. So what we are doing here is we are fastening the learning curve of understanding the right way of approaching the markets, right? So again, that will be covered here, and we have an live AMI broker webinars. All the webinars happens on the weekends, right? So these are the stuff we are covering under AMI broker webinars. Almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions on AMI broker. Almost every session runs for 3 hours, and we are focusing on option trading as well. We have 3 sessions on options. We'll be covering the basics, Greeks, basics and advanced stuff. Abhishek will be handling, so he'll be talking about an interesting concept about how to do inter-index straddle kind of stuff. And market profile, again, the major focus is on market profile, as I said. So this is more for an intraday and positional traders. It's completely a different approach. So if you are willing to participate in this program, you have to completely unlearn your old belief about how the market works, right? Because it's completely different from our thinking. It's more of an tracking how the participants are playing in this market, what sort of setups is forming in real time, how to approach the market, how to play the game in a better way, right? How to trade this, how I can spot out an intraday opportunity, and where the market could go today, where the market could hit downside, who is in control, whether the weak players or strong players. It's completely different. It's not like buy here, sell here kind of study. It's more of trying to understand the participants and trying to approach in a market in a completely different way. So again, I generally love to trade market profile, and I used to run a couple of my systems using AMI broker. And options, I'm not an expert, so one of the expert, Mr. Abhishek, is handling options. He's an option mentor, and he used to handle this stuff. So the course description, we have a live trading room access. The live trading room access is for 1 month. We'll have a setup for market profile and auto flow charts. So we'll be having access to Slack. Slack is something, and it's an interesting communication tool. So we have a community of traders. Almost 120 traders are participating in those Slack tool, and every day all our communications will be happening over the Slack chats. Whereas all your questions during the live webinars will be asked during the thing. So we have a lot of professional traders in the trading community, and I guess if you want to be one, I guess you are welcome to join the community. And you'll be getting an access to the live trading journal as well, and all our webinars are online, and it takes only on the weekends, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and all the market days we'll be having a market commentary at the morning, 8:30 to 9, and the trading room will be functioning 9:15 to 4 p.m. So you'll be getting access via live GoToWebinar. So all our trading room, market commentary, live lectures, everything happens via this GoToWebinar stuff, right? So prerequisites, if you need to have an AMI broker or Ninja Trader and a quality data feed and a quality broadband connection. All you need to have is you have to spend your 1 month of time with us, right? So even if you are a working employee, you will be getting an access to all our live recorded webinars. You will be getting 6 months of access to the live webinars. Even if you are missing something during market hours, everything will be recorded, and all our lecturers, all our commentary. Of course, the trading room is not recorded because it requires an enormous bandwidth. Otherwise, all the lecturers, all the webinars are recorded, all the commentary are recorded. Anytime you can go and rewind and play back as many times you want. And if you have any questions, you can post it in the Slack chat. Probably I make sure that your questions will be answered within 24 hours. And the Slack community, let me go through the Slack community again. So here are the takeaways. You'll be having access to the 45 plus hours of webinar, and almost we have 100+ hours of previous archive. We have done an extensive webinar. It's not very new to us. We already done a lot of webinars like Divergence, TradeZilla. So we have a lot of video archives. It's almost 100+ hours of effort we have taken. You will have access to all those video archives. So you can anytime you can go and interact with the fellow traders and mentors, and again, I mean, see, these are our course objectives. I don't want to place it out, so you can read it out at your comfort level. Right? So we want you to take an independent thinking ability for our traders. We want to bring you the skill set what the other traders in the market doesn't has. So we are trying to approach the market in a completely different way, the way other people refuse to do that, or other people for other people it's going to take a lot of time to practice those methodologies. It could be from the software front, or it could be from the thinking front, right? So it's completely an different skill set. We want to bring it to the traders. Okay, so here is an offer for you. So our partner broker is TradeGenie. So if you are opening an trading account with us, then probably you will get 30% discount on all our future webinars. And the TradeZilla current pricing of TradeZilla comes around 12,000 rupees. So if you want an nice discount, you can open a funded trading account. It's a funded trading account, and you need to have a minimum funding of 25,000 in your account, so that you will be getting access to the 30% discount on all our future webinars. And probably we are coming up with TradeGenie sponsored webinars. So all the 30% discount is funded by TradeGenie, our trading partner, and we'll be conducting in the future a lot of sponsored webinars, or broker sponsored webinars on technical analysis, and all our members will be eligible to access. The Marketcalls subscribers will be able to access those webinars, live webinars or recorded webinars, whatever it is. Our members will be able to get it at zero cost, right? So thereby you can so here you can go and take your subscription here, marketcalls.in/tz2016. Here you can go and subscribe here online. Anyways, the PPT will be shared to you. You can you'll be freely decide on your own, and anytime if you want to have any query, you can contact our customer support team, right? Customer support team will be available from Monday to Saturday, 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Okay, Bhushan Kale, is there any good AFLs of market profile? Yes, it is there for market profile. Market profile, you can search AFLs, right? So market profile, it calls AFL. So you can get here. So a lot of options here, how to get market profile and footprint profile charts. A lot of options. We'll discuss a lot of tools, possibilities, how you can get the tools here. So one is the AFL code here, which is available, which is from the creator, Mr. Kaka, Milind Kaka. So, and you can also get it in other tools like, so we generally use NinjaTrader. We are a partner with NinjaTrader as well. We are educational partner for NinjaTrader. So we use extensively NinjaTrader for market profile kind of studies, because it's much more for an professional traders. So AmiBroker, it's there, but it has some serious limitations in using market profile. We generally prefer NinjaTrader to approach the to track the traders' behavior. Right? Again, e-signal, a lot of people does that, and yes, we use generally NinjaTrader for market profile charts. Whereas for system trading, we generally use AmiBroker, because AmiBroker is one of the finest tool to do system trading studies. Right? Whereas NinjaTrader is you can also practice system trading in NinjaTrader, but for a discretionary trading perspective, you get a lot of interesting tools in NinjaTrader. Like, okay. So I guess we are getting more out of topic, and we are very near to the end. If you have any questions, you can ask me right now here, and with this we can finish this webinar. So thank you for your time spending with us. So I guess hopefully rest of the day you are going to have a wonderful time. Thank you everyone.